Hello and welcome to another update video about natural gas. So we take a look today at the longer time frame wave count, then we go into the sort of detailed wave count. It's pretty much working out so far very nicely as expected. I made a video weeks ago about Natgas. We talked about the situation that I'm actually quite bullish on the gas price and that this move down that we saw here was only temporary. I did at the time expect one more lower low, but I also highlighted the fact that this move down at the time could already have been finished. We're going to zoom in, and apparently it was already been finished. So we're going to zoom in a minute. First of all, we take a look at that higher level wave count. We started in March, when was it? Here in June 2020, we started with a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4. This was a wave 5, completed a higher level wave 1. We can then zoom in here, and this is now obviously where it's getting interesting. In the last video we were basically down here, so from the high, which was marked in, when was that? In May 22, end of May 22. That was 933. This was the completion of that fifth wave in pink, highlighting and creating and finishing, finalizing this overall wave 1, which is also why when I made my Natgas video, I told you that we are here in an ABC correction in a larger wave 2. Yeah, we already had completed by the time the wave A, the wave B, and I showed you here a wave count. And for that, we go now to the 4-hour chart, which showed you here the wave count. We did count this wave C at the time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I told you that there was a possibility here that it was complete. At the time, we still needed to expect another low, but I also told you if we go above the wave 4 high at 650 or 686, that we then can become more bullish. Overall, this is a bullish wave count, especially already in the last video. We were already quite close to the expected low anyway, so had there been one more dip, it would have come somewhere in the region $4.50, $5. But that didn't happen, and therefore obviously I gave you the key level above which, if we break above that one, the wave 4 high, we already start the bullish wave count to the upside. Because also what I mentioned is that this wave 2, after the completion of that one, obviously we are moving up in a wave 3, and this is now where it's getting a little bit, I don't want to wait, maybe you could say where it's getting a little bit scary. Because let me just go to the daily chart, because this means it's not good for everybody who's heating with gas. I can tell you that. I'm doing that myself. Go to the high, we go to the low. What can we expect? That means we could actually expect prices to go medium to long term to $18.32, which is more than a 2x of the current price, and that is not good for anybody who's heating with gas, because this would mean we are here in a wave 3. All right, so that would be at least a 1.618 extension we do expect from that. And what I'd like to do with you now, as this wave 2 is complete and we are now in the wave 3, we want to take a look on the 4-hour chart. I want to take a look at this wave count here and how it's playing out. By the way, you can see we moved above that 50-day moving average. You can see that, let me go to the weekly chart that's meaningful. On the weekly chart, we printed a bullish crossover on the MACD. That is certainly bullish. And we are possibly seeing on the RSI, we are possibly going to see here a bullish crossover as well. They're definitely above 50, so that is for now bullish as well. And the weekly chart here, I would say, is very meaningful because we have started from the wave 2 low, the move up in a wave 3. And that is just confirming that basically. However, where are we now imminently? So we take a look at that again on the 4-hour chart now. Okay, so I decided to go to the 1-hour chart. So let's take a look at it here. So my view is, and we're going to label that, we don't label every single subwave here now, but I want to show you the significant waves that are meaningful here. So in my opinion, this here was a wave 1 to the upside. We then came down straight after that in a wave 2. We then moved up in the normally most bullish wave in a wave 3 here to the upside. then from here we can expect that we are now and possibly have completed already here the wave 4, and we would next move up in a wave 5. So this 5th wave should then complete a higher level wave 1. Okay, so that would then be a wave 1 of the large wave 3 that will sit somewhere around $18. Now, you can count here the subwaves. That's why I put the wave 1. I can count the 1, the 2. Then we can count here a 3 and a 4. And this last bit is the wave 5. Then here in the wave 3 as well, we can count here a wave 1, a wave 2. Then we're moving up again in 5 waves to a wave 3 here, a wave 4 here, and then the 5th wave here to complete the wave 3. And now it's getting interesting because now we're talking here about a wave 4 retracement. Is this already finished? It's looking like that, especially with the impulsive move to the upside that is currently starting. But again, we can use the Fibonacci retracement levels to calculate that from the wave 3 beginning to the peak of the wave 3. And we can see that we came down in this wave 4 into the region just below the 50% Fib retracement. That's okay. Yeah, we did not get into the wave 1 price range that would have invalidated it. However, a wave 4 normal very rarely drops below the 50% Fib level, but here I wouldn't have a problem because we recovered. It's on the hourly chart here. We recovered fairly swiftly from that, and I think, especially given now this impulsive move up that is starting, we could say that we're already now in the 5th wave. Now we can make some assumptions about the 5th wave, where that might land. That's the 5th wave of this move, and we can for that take the length of the wave 1, add it to the low of the wave 4, and one target would be certainly the 1.618 extension at 997. Could also go higher, but this is sort of what I would be looking at now. 997, pretty much a $10 mark, makes sense. Now this would complete a wave 1. We would then come down in a wave 2 again, okay, and that would be another opportunity for anybody who's maybe trading this. So I expect another move up now. Again, that won't happen in just one straight line. From here then in a wave 2, and again, if we assume that this wave 1 peaks at $10 pretty much, then we can also make some assumptions about this retracement. Could expect this retracement then to come. Again, we will be able to specify that further going forward, but I would pick here the area between the 50% Fib retracement and the 88.7, so between 767 and 586, where the price would come into. Then we'll move up from here in a wave 3. That would be the wave 3 of the wave 3, so that should be very bullish, but that again shows you that this is not going to happen in a straight line. This takes time to play out. But overall, again, it just confirms my overall bullish view on the gas market. As already mentioned in the last video, I'm very bullish on gas. Here we were at a bit of a crossroads here, another dip down or go up straight away, but we were already quite a lot at the end of this wave 2. So at the moment the wave count is playing out. Again, one more dip here, one more peak or one more spike, then the larger dip in the wave 2, and then going higher in wave 3. That would be the 1.618 at least of the wave 1. Again, that's not completed yet, and we don't know where exactly the wave 2 will go down to, so therefore extremely difficult to forecast that here. But yes, that's how it's looking like at the moment. And I think it's looking interesting. It's looking good for anybody who's invested, but it's looking bad for anybody who obviously is heating with gas. But yeah, that's my view about the gas price and Natgas. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.